Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome to the Duck and Walk again. I'm having so much fun diving into these decks and cards and the astrology of it all. And I did just get this deck here yesterday. It is a kind of beginner helper deck, and it has Aries, which is the Emperor, and then Mars, and then the root chakra, I want to say, and then yes or no, and then quote or affirmation, and then keywords for the upright and keywords for the negative, and then if you want to study numerology, it's number 4. I just think that's really cool and interesting, and of course it has the image of the Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork from the RWS decks. I did say in the beginning of Aries season that I would do an Emperor tarot spread, and I just kind of put it off because I was doing other things. I was doing other spreads with other things like the Mars one and other things, and they were just super interesting and exactly what I needed to do at that time. So we are 4 days from the end of Aries season, so I thought I would go ahead and do the Emperor spread that I found very early on, like day 2 of the first Decan. And then I'll show you some other Emperors that I like. I don't like very many Emperors, but I just realized today a deck I've had for a long time also has the corresponding symbols on the card, and I had never noticed it. Maybe just because I was never into astrology like I am right now with this deck and walk. So I'm seeing everything new with new astrology eyes, if that makes sense. Because I have a lot of decks, I'm like, oh, that has that, or that has that, or this, like the deck I've used for this spread, which is the Journey of the Sacred Bee. It has the numbers. Let me find a card here that's not in the spread. It has keywords on the minors. It's set up just for Decans to me. It has the, this one doesn't have a keyword. It's both princesses, of course, which is this is more thought-based deck. It's a stunning deck. Has the element here on these, and then in the regular ones it has, or the majors even, it has the symbols up top here or down here somewhere where you'll see it. We'll see in this spread though, but I immediately thought of this deck when I thought of what decks to use for the Deck and Walk, and it has not disappointed. So I thought I would go ahead and round this Aries season, this Emperor season, out with this deck. I may change it up in the next one. There are a couple of decks I do want to get out and use in replacing the borderless one here. But we'll see what happens. So, and I did pull off the Pinterest. It's from the, oh my God, Labyrinthos Emperor. And I actually have this Labyrinthos deck. I forgot the name of it, but I have the deck, but I don't like it because it's cheaply made. I like the book more than I like the deck. But there's 6 questions. And so we'll just move this guy out of the way and we'll get to the spread real quick. So for question 1, it is disorder. What is in disarray? What things are running out of control right now? What things need structure, order, and clarity? And that's this card. What needs structure, order, and clarity? And of course, we got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire, the root of the powers of fire. And you know that saying, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I kind of got that in that card when I flipped it over, but it's more like, if you start something, there will be something, because you have to start it. And this is why one of the reasons I love this deck, even though it calls me out every chance it gets, it's calling me out right now. You have to start something for there to be something. In order for you to accomplish your goals, you have to take that first actionable step forward to accomplish that goal. And that's what this ace is screaming at me right now. Makes total sense. Take action. I have a feeling a lot of these are going to say that. That's what's in disorder, is I'm not taking any action. I'm not taking that first step. Number 2, my domain. What do I have control over? Where do I have power to enact change? Ooh, and I got the death card. And again, I've got a couple other spreads. One of the other spreads I did recently, I talked about beating the dead horse. I just got that again, where it's like, stop beating this dead horse repeatedly. It's dead and gone. Let it go. Let it go. Just move on. And that is, again, what do I have control over? Where do I have power to enact change? Just knowing when to let go of something instead of holding on to it forever. Because that is a Virgo trait, if there ever was one. Holding on to something for decades. And I get that. My grandfather was like that. He would talk about somebody that wronged him and accidentally stole one cow 100 years ago. And every time you would go visit him, he would still talk about that one thing. It never affected him. They brought it right back because they realized they had taken it. But then there was no harm, no foul, but he never let it go. So I kind of feel like that's reiterating, and of course I think that's Virgo there. Maybe it's Scorpio, maybe it's something else. But anyway, that's my domain. What do I have control over? What do I have the power to enact change? I need to let that go. Let go of expectations. Let go of old thoughts, old patterns. That's where I have the power to really step forward and take control of that power. Number 3, outside my domain. What is outside of my power? What are the limits of my power? What should I ignore? I have a feeling this one's going to hurt. What should I ignore? Knight of Cups. And again, I feel like it's saying, because the Knight of Cups is all about that knight in shining armor, that guy that rides in on a white horse, and my favorite deck has a guy on a white horse coming in with flowers and candy and hearts and stuff. And it's like, be your own Knight of Cups. What are you waiting for? What is outside my domain? What are the limits of my power? What should I ignore? Stop waiting for somebody else to rescue me. Wow. Wow. Number 4. Was that number 4? No, that was 3. Oh my God, I only got 3. 4. To discard. What things do I need to say no to? What things should I no longer accept in my life? And I got the Moon. And again, I got old thoughts, old patterns. They're probably something that I've already changed up. But I'm not letting it go. It's still in the back of my mind of, oh, if only I hadn't changed this up. If that makes any sense. What things I need to say no to, what things should I no longer accept in my life. Honestly, the Moon card is one of my favorite cards. Let's see how it's got the Pisces symbol here. I'm learning it, guys. I'm learning it. I don't know what that is. I think that's the Hebrew letter. Okay. It's one of my favorite cards in a deck. The Moon card, I don't really associate it with it being a bad card, but in this aspect of it, things should I no longer accept in my life. I want to say mediocrity. No longer accepting, like, here's my line in the sand. I won't cross it in any way, shape, or form. But I find that line is moving further and further back. I need to reassess and put that line back to where it goes, instead of just continuing to allow other people to move that line for me, is the best way I can explain it. Moving on. Card 5. What things do I need to keep but need maintenance? What things need upkeep and attention? And I got the King of Swords. Wow. And then if that's a quote, yeah, for that card, what things do I need to keep but need maintenance? What things need upkeep and attention? And again, I got the same thing kind of here where I drew a line in the sand a long time ago. This is my boundaries, and maybe that's just the word I'm looking for. It's boundaries. I need to reassess and reset my boundaries. And as the King of Swords, he's got all kinds of boundaries, right? Because he's King of Swords. But he's learned to balance that line in the sand, or that what word I just looked at, the boundaries. He's learned to balance them out. Interesting. And then number 6, we have to protect. What things bring me delight, joy, and happiness? What do I need to keep safe at all costs? And you gotta be freaking kidding me. The 5 of disc, and again, this is the only, if you notice, this is literally the only minor. The ace, to me, doesn't count. The knight and king doesn't count because they're court cards. But this is the only minor in the 6 card spread. And we have 5 of disc, we have a keyword, and then we have Taurus and Mercury, I want to say. I'm learning them still, so bear with me. This is the card that affirmed this deck to me, that made me fall for this deck hard. And I talked about it in another spread because it came up in another spread. I did for the Aries season. Because I've done different spreads for different parts of the different Decans. Worry. It says, what things bring me delight, joy, and happiness? What do I need to keep safe at all costs? The freedom I feel from being able to just walk through the door. That is what I need to keep safe at all costs. Because worry is my middle name. I am a worrywart from, I think that's a Virgo trait also. But this card made me reassess the 5 of disc and realize the door is open and the bee is just flying through it like no big deal. And so that freedom of knowing is what I need to keep safe at all costs, because my mind will always go back to reset to the worry stage. So I need to keep remembering that the door is always open. The freedom is always mine to behold, to take, to grasp. And, wow, quite interesting. So, let me see if I can get through some of these. With the ace here. For question 1 was... Oh God, I just lost it. What is in disarray? Ace of Wands. And they're just little blurbs in the book. Ace of Wands. The root of the power of fire. The spark of a new passionate idea. Creative potential is there, just waiting to be tapped into, just like I said here. That epiphany when you realize what you are here to accomplish and form it in a formative task. Wow. Number 2, my domain. What do I have control over? Where was that card? Card here. The death card. Death is a little bit more nuanced on here. Zodiac sign Scorpio. It is Scorpio. The journey. After the experience of suspended animation and a new awakening with the hanged one, the bee finds a dead hive rotting back into the earth. Looking closer, she sees that from under the decay, new life is springing up from the composting organic matter. Divinatory meaning, a drastic change in consciousness will release you from old patterns of being stuck and ill at ease. If I didn't nail that on the head, I don't know what to tell you. Let go and allow new growth to begin. Leave the past in the past and look towards the new dawn. Transition is a natural and necessary process in order to perpetuate new life. An ending is near. Prepare to move beyond a current situation and see the possibility of cycling into a new beginning. Wow. I nailed that right. 3, outside my domain. What is outside of my powers? We got the Knight of Cups. I'm trying to get through these so I can show you guys my other cards. gosh, where's the cups? Gosh, I don't know where the cups are. There's the world. There's the wands. Cups. Wow. Knight of Cups. Air of water. A romantic offering obsessed with beauty. The knight is romantic, prone to infatuation. May mean a proposal or surprise. May have narcissistic qualities. Wow. 4, to discard. What things do I need to say no to? And we got the moon card. I turned right to death twice. I don't like that. Zodiac sign Pisces. I was right. The journey. The lofty goal of reaching out to others was for most part successful, but then she is faced with bewilderment, and she realizes the others were being deceptive and prone to secrecy. Divinatory meeting. Deeper forces may be at work and have yet to be revealed. Search your subconscious mind for answers. What have you missed? Things may not be as they appear. Secrets may be revealed. Take time to reflect and remember the temporary nature of all situations. You may be full of uncertainty. Look to see where the moon phase is at present, and if it is nearing full, celebrate accomplishments and let go. If it is nearing a new moon, make plans for a fresh start. And I think that's hilarious because I've talked about the new moon. Number 5, to maintain. What things do I need to keep but maintain? And that was here. King of Swords. Fire of Air, a master of emotional control, intellectual mindset and thought, leader, rational and critical thinking, good mentor and teacher. 6, to protect. What things bring me joy and delight? 5 of disc. It is worry. Mercury and Taurus. I was right. Altruism, giving and receiving. Loss of security, a sense of abandonment, alienation, scarcity mentality, failure to recognize resources available to you. And again, I saw that throughout that whole spread. So that is my Emperor spread. Let me show you a couple Emperors I like. I love this from my Orion's Animal Tarot. He's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then from my Fallout Tarot, I think he's pretty cool. I haven't got to him yet in the game, but I'm pretty sure he's a bad guy. And then we have, from the Tarot Mystical Moments, I have 2 Emperors. A kind of male and female version, which are cool. And then we got, from my Unfolding Path Tarot, he's a kid, and I just love that untapped potential of what he could become. In this card, which is really cool. And then we got from my Mystic Palette Tarot, he's got the Aries symbol here. I like the Tarot Marchetti decks because they got a lot of the symbols in there. And then the last deck that I talked about that I didn't realize had the symbols on them that I've had forever is the New Era Elements Tarot. My favorite Emperor when I did way back when. There's the Aries symbol here. When I did my favorite majors, this was the card I had in there because it's Abraham Lincoln. And then I pulled, just to show you guys, it has them all in there. This is Mars and Aries. This is the 2 of Wands. Okay. I pulled out the wrong 3, but this is the 4 of Wands. Venus and Aries. For perfection. And I like how this has got domination. That's Mars and something else, so I'll leave it out. I thought it was the Mars and Aries, but I've got the wrong one. But I like the keywords on these, so the minors do have keywords on this as well. And I just thought I would show you guys, maybe that's another deck somebody could use if they already have it and didn't realize, like I did. I didn't even ever notice the symbols on here, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm now paying attention. So just making these kind of cool little connections with stuff I already have is pretty cool, on top of the fact that, I just went and bought a new one. But this affirmation says, I am my own authority. I have the will and the power to create my life structure. And I love that. So that is my Emperor spread. That is kind of my winding down, I will do probably another little video on the Deacon 3 moving into Taurus 1. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.